But here's the big picture question that I have that has kind of developed that I don't know if it's time to put this into a concern category or is the sample size just too small to be concerned. And what I'm talking about is Lions offense is great. Okay, it's not perfect, but they lead the NFL in scoring. It's been great. Lions special teams, really damn good. They've helped contribute to that scoring. Field goal kicker has answered the bell with a resounding performance this year. Punter's outstanding. The coverage teams are fine. Like they have the ability to pull off a fake successfully. Like the special teams have been exceptionally good. It's about the defense. I've loved the improvements that they made defensively. But there's a recent trend that we have to be paying attention to. And I love Aaron Glenn. He's done a great job. But after the first half against Chicago, it's been a problem. Now, is it the injuries catching up to him? Sure, it could be. But in the last 6 quarters, the Lions defense, there have been 14 possessions by the Bears and the Packers. There was a kneel down. We don't count that. But the 14 real possessions have resulted in the following: 7 touchdowns, 1 field goal, 4 punts, 1 end of game scenario, which was the Bears botching that at the end of the game, and the 1 fumble that they forced last week against Christian Watson. So, look, that's the last 2 games. I mean, that's more than 3.5 touchdowns per game allowed. I mean, it is technically 3.5, but I'm talking about the last 6 quarters. 3.5 touchdowns allowed in a game would be the worst in the NFL. Okay? And that's what they've been the last 2 games. This is a small sample size. And it might be a direct reflection of the defense. For the season, Lions still exceptionally good defensively. They've allowed 1.6 touchdowns per game. That's their per game average, which is top 5 in the NFL. That's an incredible improvement from a year ago. That is forcing field goals. That is getting turnovers. That is getting important stops. Forcing punts. Like that is, they've spent much of this season looking like one of the better defenses in the NFL. And this is what I get into all the time. Things change. The 3.5 touchdowns allowed in the last 2 games and really the last 6 quarters would be worst in the NFL. And I don't know that it's going to get any better against the second highest scoring team in the NFL in the Buffalo Bills. In fact, it's probably going to be a shootout. So I'm not like panicked about this. It's just something I'm keeping my eye on. And we probably get a better sense for if the Lions do have defensive issues. Not this week, okay? Because Buffalo's been tough on a lot of people. But the next week against the Bears. The Bears game was a tale of 2 halves, right? The Lions dominant defensively in the first half, got leaky in the second half. And that's where the 6-quarter stretches come. So if you're doing an apples-to-apples comparison, what does the Lions defense look like in 2 weeks or a week and a half, I guess, against the Chicago Bears? And if they're still having problems, then we got, I think, a real concern on our hands. In the meantime, just something to note. But the question, the big picture question I have, and, I do believe offense wins championships, but that doesn't mean you get nothing out of your defense. If you get nothing out of your defense, then you're the Cincinnati Bengals. Last year, the Lions got enough out of their defense to be in the NFC Championship game. Do you think they have enough this year? Do you think they have enough this year to change things around? 248-539-9797. It's a very difficult question to answer because we don't know what they have, per se, given the injuries. Now, if you don't think right here, right now they have enough, who is it that needs to come back? Who is it that guy's return will make you feel that much more confident. Because the list of players that could come back, that have left games lately, Reeder, Pascal, Onzarike, McNeil up front. Alex Anzalone's expected back. Derek Barnes, they haven't ruled out his return. Fatih Melifonwu would help. Rakestraw is a guy that could help them. But if you'll feel much better about it when who comes back, if you don't feel good about it now. Now, maybe you still think that this defense is still better than last year's, hence they have enough. But I'm just keeping my eye on this trend in the last 6 quarters, which I'm not panicked yet. Not panicked. I'm just paying attention to. Just paying attention to. 248-539-9797. It's Karsch and Anderson. Your phone calls and feedback on this. Do they have enough defensively? Also take your tweets at DuncanGator971. Getting set for this stretch drive. Taking the temperature of the Lions fan base heading into the final quarter of the season. We do also have results from yesterday's Twitter question that we'll get to in the noon hour. Let's get back to your open line calls. We go to DJ in Detroit. You're next on 97.1. Hey, DJ.
What up, though, my dog? You all right?
Yep, doing good.
Yeah, I thought about you the other day, man. I'm going to send y'all a picture, man. My hair is growing, man. It's growing. It's crazy. I thought about you the other day. Like, man, I want to send my dog a picture. It's really growing, seriously.
That's great. Well, you went all the way to Istanbul. I hope it was worth it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, look, check this out, man. In my opinion, from what I see, the injuries are finally starting to catch up with us. Not so much what you would naturally think as far as the pass rush. The pass rush has been iffy since Hutz, even though Zadarius Smith has done better. But in my opinion, the fact that our defensive linemen have been hurt and teams have been able to run the ball more effectively than they were at the beginning of the season is taking its toll. Thus, they're scoring more points on us. I think our cornerbacks have been stellar outside of a few pass interference calls from the rookie, which he's gotten better at. But I really think it's our defensive line, in my opinion. I think we'll get better, too.
Which defensive lineman is most important to get back at this point?
Without question, to me, is DJ Reeder. I would say DJ Reeder because the one game, and me and you in the summer when you had one of your sons, we're gonna talk about the kid, Broderick Martin, man, because PFF said he stumped the other day, and he might be the first Brad Holmes bust. But to your point, I think it's DJ Reeder to stop and plug that run up, and Pascal, in my opinion.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get some guys back going into this one. We'll wait. We should get some injury reports as the day goes on today. But it's something that we're having to pay as closely attention to as just about anything else, is who is going to be available. Do they have enough defensively? And if not right here, right now, whose return is a necessity?